Welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
What's up, everybody? It is me, Fee, and this is episode 376 of the Xbox Drive. I am here with my friend Bowser and then someone else who I refuse to look at the moment. I can't. I simply cannot look at Mitch at the moment. Mitch, how are you doing?
He's dying, apparently.
Okay.
Someone else. That was so awesome. I planned that all day.
I finished work early today and had a couple hours in the afternoon to just play some video games and have fun, so it's a good day.
Hey, yeah. It's a
just
weekend coming up. What can we be mad about? Come on now.
I was so jealous of you because I kept on checking my Discord and it was just Bowser's playing Fortnite, Bowser's playing this, Bowser's playing that, and I'm like, you know what? Here I am at work. I am very jealous. But yeah, I'm happy to hear that you got to head off work early. And of course, the hyena himself, who is cackling. Mitch, how's it going?
I'm great. I had to do that. I literally I found the face, and everybody hates that face, and we'll get to why everybody hates that face later. But yeah, I had to do it. That was the best.
I
so
simply
happy.
cannot. I cannot. And it is, of course, Fee. It has been a week, and I'm very excited to sit down and talk about video games with 2, potentially 3 of my co-hosts. Who knows? We'll see. Potentially. If
know.
not, we love you, Sean. Anyway, I digress. Here we are, and let's start off with some of our geek outs, shall we? It's been a week. You guys had a week to think about what your geek outs are, and I'm going to start off with Mitch. What is your geek out for this week?
Getting better at keyboard and mouse on video games. So I have gotten to the point where for the longest time I didn't want to do any PC gaming while streaming because I see how good PC gaming looks. Like I played Apex in 4K max settings, 100. It was way better looking than my Xbox. But the problem is I max out settings. I can't stream because my computer tries to do too much at once. So I finally dialed in some settings that actually look better than my Xbox, and I can still stream. But I'm trying to do keyboard and mouse because I hate just being a controller noob. You know what I mean? And it's rough, but there's some progress. It's just playing over and over. But when you're so used to being so good at Apex, and then you suck real bad, it's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? I'm bottom of the leaderboard every time on those games. It's pretty bad. I look like a newborn giraffe walking around, don't really have my bearings yet. But progress is there, so that's what I'm happy about.
Wow. Well, you know what? Progress is everything, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And maybe next week you'll be second from the bottom. Who knows?
One can only hope.
One could only hope. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm blocking that side of the screen now. For context, Mitch has probably one of the most vile looking characters I've ever seen from a character creator, but we'll get into that later on, and he keeps on putting it on the screen. But Bowser, you wanna chit chat about your geek out for this week?
Yeah, I think this week my geek out is going to be smartwatches.
Okay.
Hey.
Cool.
You remember back when cell phones were really just becoming a thing, and you used to pay money to have cool music for your ringtone?
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I got a smartwatch, if my phone is ever not on silent, it is a grave mistake on my part. I don't ever want to hear a phone ring ever again in my entire life, and that's thanks to smartwatches. bzz, 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 vibrates my arm, and I know what's going on. Nobody else needs to know what's going on. Just me. Just me.
That's very nice. I like that. What watch did you get?
It's Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 or so. I've had for a while, but
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those, and like I said, my favorite thing is notifications. I can tell what notifications I don't want to show on my phone, but want to show on my watch. That's also nice. I like that.
Nice.
Yep.
Not that I don't have my phone in my hand 24/7 or anything, but yeah, it's really nice.
I will be honest, for the longest time I forgot what my ringtone was because I never have it. Like I always have my phone on do not disturb.
100%.
Every single time. And then one day I'm like, where's this fun music coming from? And I'm just dancing around and then found out that it was my ringtone and I'm like, oh snap. And I ran to my phone. So now whenever I hear Jimin's new latest album, I just have to run around to see if it's either A, I'm actually listening to the music, or B, it's my ringtone and I have an important phone call. So yeah, I get very thrown off. I hate the idea of having my phone not on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, I don't bother changing my ringtone at all because of how few times I have it off of silent. Right?
Yeah.
I have no idea what mine is.
Only if I know someone's actually going to try to call me that's important is the only time I turn it on. Because I don't want to just sit there and stare at my phone, right? If it's sitting here charging on my wireless charger right here, I got to hear it. But if no one's expected to call me, that thing's on silent 24/7. Not even vibrate, silent.
Mm-mm.
I'll look at it eventually. We're good. Again, the important stuff comes here if I need to.
But does that I apologize. I do not have a smartwatch. Does it vibrate when you get a message?
It can, yeah.
Oh no, absolutely not. It's because, okay, here's the deal. I have work apps on my phone. I have Discord on my phone. I have family messages on my phone.
You can turn off stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Twitch notifications don't come to my watch. YouTube doesn't come to my watch. They'll pop up on my phone, and when I get to them, I get to them. But it's just text message and phone calls come through.
What's even worse, I have my watch on silent. I have my watch on silent, but here's the thing. I mostly use this for fitness, if I have to be honest, right? When I go on my walks and all that stuff, it works really well for that. But I have a little red dot here that tells me when there's a notification. So I'll just sit here and I'll just be like, anybody bother me? No. All right. You know what I mean?
No.
Anybody getting a hold of me that it's important?
I mean, in one of my latest classes that I taught, there were people just constantly looking at their watches, and I was just like, what in the? And then I realized they were smartwatches. So I assume they have the same one that you have, because they would just look at it for 2 seconds and then put it away. And then I'm just at this point, I may as well just start asking people not to wear smartwatches, because holy moly, people get distracted by those super easy. But
another good thing? Timers. If I'm cooking.
Oh, yeah.
5-minute timer. Bam. Nope. Don't need my watch anywhere near me. Nothing.
Yeah.
Or my phone.
Well, I have I have one of those Google Nests or whatever that has a screen.
Yeah.
And so I have that over top of my oven. So it has a little frog that tells me what the weather's like and the time. It's so cute. And then he sits in a hammock sometimes, or sometimes he'll paint on a hill. But it's really cute. But I use that for the timer. And that's the only thing. I don't know.
I have 8 Alexa machines in my house too. It's just for whatever reason, this thing has a quick 5-minute button. You can customize the buttons on this thing real quick. So give you 5-minute timer. Quick button. Yeah. Super easy.
I have behind me somewhere, there is a device that if I say a specific 2 words together, it will activate. And I'm not going to say it because I do not need it activating while we are in the middle of a podcast.
Agreed.
But yeah, I don't know. I've mixed emotions. I probably need to get a smartwatch though.
Also alarms.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say, alarm. Actually waking up in the morning,
vibrates
this thing is
my arm. Yep.
Good on.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I just have Sasageo from Attack on Titan just blasting out of my phone every morning. And it's just it just makes you feel really patriotic. It's just I have to go attack some Titans. And then that's essentially just if you know, you know,
maybe I should do that, because it would be better if I could wake up and be ready to attack some Titans.
Exactly.
100%. I just wake up and go for a walk. I don't need to attack Titans.
Why not just also be ready to attack Titans on top of going for a walk?
I guess so. You're right.
Thank you.
You're
I
right.
appreciate hearing the words "I'm right."
Especially
Fee,
coming
what
out
are
of my mouth, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Fee, what are
Exactly.
you geeking out about this week?
Guys, turning off your computers after you use them. I mean, I have been doing that every day this week, and my computer has never run better, guys. It is very happy with me. I used to leave it on for days, sometimes weeks. I would just leave my computer on, and then it would have like a bunch of updates that were required. My NVIDIA needed to be updated. My graphics card needed to be updated. My games were angry, and I've just been turning off my computer at night. Game changer, if you will. I know it's a weird geek out, but it's very funny because during my day job, I teach people how to use tech, and yet I treat my tech horrendously. I never turn off anything. I'm just like, if I want to be able to remote into my computer at a moment's notice, I can't do that if my computer's off. And you know what? It's important. Tech health is important, guys.
Sure is.
What?
I restart my work computer every day because of those updates. Because like
Nope.
nothing pisses me off more than anything than like I'm in the middle of something, or I'm in a worse F, but I'm in the middle of like a meeting,
Yeah.
and then my computer's like, "Hey, restart now." I'm like,
Restart now. There was updates. You got to restart
Yeah.
now.
So I learned to restart my computer essentially every single night. Like every
Yeah.
day I'm done with work, I restart it. But my actual computer, like this guy, I restart it when Windows tells me I have to. But like, that's it.
I'm going to turn it off tonight after the podcast.
Okay.
Can't stop
There
me.
you go.
You're right. I can't do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Wasn't gonna fight you about it either.
No, I was, like I said, I was terrible at it. And mind you, am I a little bit perturbed with the fact that I turned on my computer this morning and now my computer is telling me it needs an update?
That'll
did you
piss
do
you
it-
off more than anything, right?
Why didn't you do it last night, computer? Like, what's going on there? So yeah, that's my geek out. I know it's a little bit of an odd one because it's kind of the complete opposite of like geeking out, because it's not like I'm talking about turning off the computer, but you know what?
We all
let
had
it
some
go.
weird ones today. I had a keyboard and mouse that I'm happy about playing on. She had smartwatches. You know what I'm saying? We all have some weird ones. It's okay, though.
I did have a geek out, but I'm gonna hold it for a little bit. I'm gonna put a pin in it for a few weeks because it's gonna be my personality for a good solid 2 months. But here we are.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Here we are.
Buenas comms.
Yeah. Fulia will understand. Fulia, listening in, you know what I'm talking about, and that's
What?
Eurovision. But we'll talk about that at another date.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yes, because it's gonna be a few months and it's gonna be great. But here we are.
I trust your opinion on that, whatever you say.
It's so good. That's a whole other topic. We do not have the time for me to talk about Eurovision because it's, like I said, it's gonna be. We're still weeks away from the actual competition. So,
Is there somebody here? Housekeeping.
one of these days.
Why I oughta what?
Why oughta
Why
take out the
I oughta-
housekeeping lady? That's
yeah,
what.
exactly. She's gonna just sock housekeeping in the face. She's like,
It's
"You want any
okay."
towels? Pow! Right in the
As a-
kisser.
As apparently the person who recorded the audio, because some people think I am the housekeeping lady. You know what? Why not?
You know what, guys? Do me a favor. Rewind 10 seconds, listen to her voice, and then listen to this right now. Housekeeping. Close your eyes and tell me it's different. I'm just saying.
What?
I'm kidding. Feed it.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Thank you to everyone that supports us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Recent Patreon content. Amanda's pants episode is out now, and Fulia is up next. So be excited for that Sunday drop of Fulia's episode. Reminder that we have early access to the mini indie van on Patreon. So please listen into that and give some feedback. You can pop the 7-day free trial and give it a listen. reminder that carpoolgaming.com is where you can get all of our awesome merch. And you can gift merch while we're live on Twitch. Super nice thing to do. I think that's it for housekeeping this week. We'll keep it short and sweet.
Wow.
Get her out of here before Fee socks
Get
her
her
in the
out.
mouth.
Before what?
We don't condone violence on this podcast. Mitch?
I don't know. I got accosted, but I was playing a game the other day, so I don't know. Maybe
Please.
whatever.
Please.
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 I guess
Fee,
we
did you
need-
play any games this week?
Oh, did I? And guys, I just want to start off by telling you some great news. Dropping it here, letting you guys know, guess what's coming to open beta this week on the 5th of March? The Bazaar. The Bazaar is coming out, guys.
Whoa.
Open beta. Y'all
We can play with
it.
flamethrowers?
You guys can play with flamethrowers. It's a great time to be
Yay!
alive. We're so excited. Yes, please go and play. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's coming out on Wednesday. It just got announced literally like 30 minutes before we recorded the podcast. So I was
Nice.
just like, I need to tell everybody because holy moly, you guys can finally play and you guys can finally tell me what you guys think about it in the Discord. So please go and play it. Did I play it this week? Maybe a few rounds. That's it. I didn't play it too much because there was another game that I wanted to play, guys, and that was Cabernet. And I was very, very excited, and I still am very excited about the game. I really enjoy it. I will admit there was a few bugs when I went through it, and you can tell that there are a few things that are a little out of order. But it's okay. Let me preface. let me go from the beginning. Let me put a pin in that one for a second. So I played, I think, the first week and a half of the game, because it's essentially like, from what we can see, it's like a month. So each day, you can see a calendar, and there's specific events that are affected by the specific day. So you have like time limits on quest lines and other items like that. And I got through the first week and a half. I'm getting into like some kind of interesting territory of different storylines are kind of branching apart, and you can kind of tell what might be affecting each other depending on your choices, which is really interesting. And the game mechanic is still a lot of fun. I was really excited because I played the demo last year, like I said, and the gameplay is very much what I wanted during the entire episode, or like the days that I've played so far. However, there is some game, like, not so much game breaking bugs, but there was a particular day that I got stuck and I had to restart from the very beginning. Which was not very beginning of the game, but the very beginning of that day, which was about 30 minutes. It was like 35 minutes of gameplay. The reason
Thought this was going to be a Star Wars Outlaws type of deal where you're going back to square one.
No, thankfully. It was... I'm not going to put too much context in it, but there's a particular character that you're supposed to befriend. And because you are a vampire, spoilers, you have to get an invite to go into their home, because that is a superstition about vampires. You have to get invited into someone's home to be able to actually enter their premises. But the issue was, I became such a good friend with this person, you can choose to like go and have a conversation with them in private, so you can essentially go and bite them if you want to. So we're in the middle of a pub, a speakeasy, not speakeasy, it's specifically a bar. It's a high-end bar. And I go up to him and I'm like, oh man, I can have a conversation with him in private. And then he says like, splendid, let's go to my study. And I'm like, excuse me? And we end up teleporting to his house. And which doesn't help me
That
at all.
escalated quickly.
It escalated quickly. Also the fact that the entire quest line is he's not supposed to be home when I'm searching through his stuff. And so I could not actually continue with the game because it wouldn't let me leave out the window, because you can turn into a bat and fly away. But my character's just like, we can't leave until we get the papers. And I'm like, I can't get the papers. He's here. So it was a lot of chaos, and I had to restart from that day. And then I was able to go back through, and I can definitely tell that there's specific specific parts of the game, like they want you to play it multiple times because I didn't do certain things. And now it's just like, I got a message that said like, you didn't read the documents. And I'm like, oh, come on. Now I want to go back and read these documents, but I don't want to go back an hour. But I think it's very lovely. Also the fact that it's fully voice acted, which is like 10 out of 10 for me. And I kept on saying, if anything happens to my neighbor, I will in fact go on a rampage and take out everybody in the town. The town will become desolate if anything happens to my neighbor at all. She's a sweet older woman who takes care of me and offers me tea and treats me to like very nice stories about her past. And if anything happens to her, this entire town's over. I don't care.
I think you should turn her into a vampire so that she can protect herself.
If that is an option, maybe, but I don't think she wants that. But that's her decision because I respect her. And if once again, if there is a neighbor who decides to go after me, I'm going to take them all out. Vampires or not, everyone's dead. The end.
Gasp, he's going to commit a murder.
Wow, what a shocker. Is anybody else shocked in the lobby?
A shock to nobody. But no, I think it's a very, like, I highly recommend it, especially if you do, like, more story-driven games. There are, like, what's really great is the studio does recognize that there are a few issues, and you can fill out a form that says, like, where these bugs are, and they'll go and fix them when they have the opportunity to do so, because they are a very small studio. But I'm still loving it. I am very excited to continue playing this weekend. I've just had a very busy week, so I didn't get to actually continue. And also I lost power randomly one night. It was just poof, gone. So the day I wanted to play on Tuesday, I think that was the day I was going to play, and then I didn't end up doing it. But yeah, I am very excited to get back into it.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then I've just been playing Infinity Nikki. I had to catch up on the event before it ended. So I played so much Infinity Nikki last weekend, and it was fantastic. And it was very mellow, even though I was trying to speed through all of the quests before the event ended. So was it a little calm? No, not really. It was more lines of like me running around. And everything like was just kind of going speed mode through it. But now there's a new event. So now I get to enjoy that for 26 days until that's over. Yes, Mitch?
Just want to throw out a rare compliment to you, Fee. Good job streaming all weekend. You streamed a lot.
Thanks.
And like, shout out to you. I know Bowser's like shocked as hell that I just gave her a compliment, but I just want to point that out. I started streaming a lot, and she says she streams. And there's times where I doubt it. There's times where I'm like, are we sure? Did she forget her Twitch password? Do we know if she knows how to log in anymore? But she did a lot this weekend. Yep. Proud of her. Just want to throw it out there.
Thank you.
Go check her out on stream.
Thank you. I also just want to shout out Mitch for randomly showing up at the end of my stream.
That was the best. So I lurk, right? I lurk the whole time. And like, I just like to show support. Like a lot of streamers, I'll pull up a tab when I'm working and I'll just, whatever, have it up. Help get you to affiliate, help make your numbers look better, whatever, right? And I had her stream up, and then I just happened to put my headphones on, and she's like, all right, I'm ending. I'm like, have a great night. She's like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, she was like so confused that I showed up at the last second of just like, have a good day. And she's like, I have a clip, actually. I clipped that where she said some choice words.
We cannot actually show. We can post it in the Discord, but
yes,
we cannot show that on this podcast because I do, in fact, don't have a filter on my own channel, so I say a lot of profanity.
It was hilarious, guys. I just want to throw that out there. It was. I laughed so hard.
Yeah, I need to see this clip.
It was.
I was probably
great.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
awesome.
late, and I was very thrown off.
She was so thrown off. She had no clue. She's like, wait. When did this guy show up? Like, I've actually been hanging out. It was really funny.
I was not prepared. So thank you, Mitch, for the compliment. It was a lot of fun streaming. This weekend, I won't be able to stream as much because I have book club tomorrow. But yeah, I plan on doing a stream on Sunday. We'll probably try to play or / maybe try to finish Cabernet.
Nice.
And yeah, I definitely, like I said, I would recommend it. It's very good story driven game. And it's something that I like. I prefer more story driven. I don't need full action or fighting or anything like that. And am very happy with the fact that the demo wasn't just like, sometimes you'll find a game is like the demo is fantastic and then you're like, oh, the game's not that great. But this is the opposite. Even though some people are like, this game has bugs, I'm like, congratulations, it's 2025. Every game has bugs. And
Fact.
at least they recognize that and they're trying to fix them. So kudos to them, kudos to the team, and excited to continue playing. But yeah, I wanted to play more Avowed, didn't get to it, which is a bummer. To full transparency, I know someone else here played it, which we'll get into in just a few minutes. But yeah, I'm hoping to play it. But also, guys, we're in a time where I don't know which game to play because now Monster Hunter came out today. What am I gonna do?
Also, over 1 million concurrent players on Steam in like 6 hours. It's like the 6th highest played game ever on Steam at once.
Heard it was like all kinds of busted on PC too.
I also heard that. Like I saw a Digital Foundry video that literally said too many problems to list. And I'm like, damn.
Maybe I wait a week.
Yeah.
Maybe you do.
Maybe for some hot patches, right? Ugh.
Yep.
Man, maybe this is a great opportunity for me not to spend $100 Canadian and play some of the other games I own until the bugs kind of calm down.
Take that off the front log.
Yeah, it's off. That made my choice so much easier for this weekend. Thank you guys.
No, for real. Like I've never seen Digital Foundry in their thumbnail. Basically, straight up says Monster Hunter Wilds PC. There are many issues to address, and I'm like, damn.
Thanks.
In the thumbnail, y'all throw that out. Ugh.
That's not great.
You can say that's clickbait, but it's kind of true. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, there we go. So that's all the games I played this week, guys. Not too crazy, but you know what? I had a lot of fun playing them. So here we are.
Nice.
Yeah. Bowza, what did you You played a lot of games today alone. What did you play
Alone
this week?
today.
Yeah.
God knows, if you guys are friends with Bowza on Discord, just look randomly. She's playing something always.
No.
And
I
not the
work
same
all
thing she
day.
played 2 hours ago.
Yeah, usually because I like squirrel.
You and Bryant are the same, by the way. Bryant will play 17 different single player games all at once, and I'm like, I can't. Like I'll forget controls between them, and he's just like, I'll play a little Assassin's Creed. I'll play a little this. He's all over the place.
Usually it's when I can't decide what I really want to play. Because when I was playing Avowed, that's what I played.
Right.
But so today I played some Fortnite. First,
Nice.
when I finished work early, I went in and did my dailies, and a little bit later, then I played some Fortnite with the Locklith.
Nice.
We were out wrecking some fools. It's always a good time. After that, guys, I don't know if you'll believe this. I rage quit a game.
Tell me.
What?
Tell me.
I was so
What'd
mad.
You do? What'd you do? Tell me.
I was trying to finish Eternal Strands. I'm in like the last quest, the last big boss fight, and it's ridiculous. I have it on easy, and I don't know. I can't make a dent in the health bar. I don't know. I probably have the wrong weapons or something, but I can't easily get back out and change them, so I'm done. I quit. Yes, Mitch.
Do you need a gamer to help you out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Could you help, please?
I'll find one for you.
Okay, thanks.
I was hoping it would upset her more and just throw her off more. But she just took it so well. I didn't want to be mean. I just threw it back at me. I'm so sorry. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I'd hoped to finish this game before Avowed came out, and I didn't make it because I got to a point where I had to, like, go re-kill some bosses that I'd already done to grind to level up my strands, and I did that today. I'm like, all right, fine, we'll go finish out the quest line. It wasn't too bad. Whatever. This last boss is just nonsense. And I looked up, like, guides for it, and everyone's like, this is the most annoying boss fight. It's dumb. I was like, all right, well,
So
I
no one
guess
gave you
I'm gonna
tips. They just said good luck because we
Well,
all
I mean,
hate it too.
They do give you tips, but they're like, oh, if you have this power maxed out, you can do this. I'm like, well, I don't because I didn't want to grind that. So
Well,
I guess
I
I'll
don't.
just not finish the game. How about that?
Right. Jeez.
I've been playing some of that Microsoft Solitaire collection. You know, got to get those reward points up,
Of course.
of course. The big news, though, I completed Avowed this week.
She is
Feet
shocked. She's shooketh.
What?
Yeah. So I started out the game, like in the first area, I did like almost all the side quests,
Sure.
taking my time. The second area, I did some of them, you know.
Hmm.
By the time I got to the third area, I was like, I just want to know what happens. Like, I got to go through this story. I want to know what's going on here. So I just kind of
Sure.
mainlined it, and I did finally beat it. I will say there is like you get the, hey, once you enter this area, you can't go back warning, right?
Mm.
There was a lot after that.
Like, it wasn't like one area. It was like a whole, like,
I mean,
setup,
it was, yeah, it was a
Got it.
long grind to get through. Fortunately, like as you're grinding through it, they have like camp areas, and you kind of actually
Right.
circle back to the same camp area a couple times, so that because
Sure.
you're collecting resources this whole time. I'm like, well, fat lot of good that does me. I'm in the
Right.
final thing. I can't go to camp, but you do kind of like circle back to your camp, so you can like upgrade your loadout if you need to, and you have the materials. But all in all, the ending wasn't too bad. You have to make a decision. I'll leave it at that. I think the whole game, a lot of like cutscenes that happen throughout the game kind of give you information that you use to make your decision at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So now I think my next thing I want to do is I want to look up what happens if you choose differently. So we'll see how much difference it makes. Okay, I know like early on there's a character that you encounter, and if you help them, they will show up later and can help you get out of a quest without, you know, having to do combat. But I don't know how much, like there are some other like main story decisions you make, and I don't know how much difference that makes, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So we will see. I don't know if I'll do another playthrough. I might just do some research online to see how much your decisions truly make a difference in the world, but all in all, this was a good game. Like I enjoyed it. Especially like the first area, running around all the side quests, and I liked the companions that I got along the way. Yatsli is Bet's girl. She says some funny lines, and she's purty. Yeah. All in all, pretty good game. I'm happy
Nice.
it exists. Happy it's on Game Pass. Now I need another one. Thank you. May I have another?
It only took them like
Game.
7 years to make this one. You know, let's just.
Yeah, and I beat it in like a week.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I wonder how much that pisses off people. Like, I wonder. It's got to
here's
be
the
like
thing, though,
flattering
like-
because you spent all the time on it, right? So
That's
it's like,
it.
thank you so much. You spent a lot of time on it. But then the moment
Exactly.
somebody beats it and they go, so when's the next one coming out? I'm flipping every table. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
can I take a vacation because I have it in 7 years? Please.
No.
I mean, I feel like that's the people who like sped through like Baldur's Gate. And then they're like, give me another one. And then it's just like, what are you talking about? Do you know how long it took to make that? Like, how long it took them to make it? Like, holy moly.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's it. Like, it consumed my life. I wanted to be playing Avowed whenever I wasn't working or sleeping. And then that's what I did. So
Right.
that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
I kept wanting to go back to it. That's kind of why I rushed the end of it. Like, I want to know how this all pans out. What's really going on here? So, all in all, I had a good time with it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Mitch, have you been playing any games?
Yeah, I played a couple of games. Okay. So we're just going to get the other games out of the way. Okay. Number one, I played Apex. Of course. I played Apex more. Don't. Stop. I played more Apex. I grinded ranked. I actually did really well. I quickly realized that I need 3 people to play ranked because when me and Bryant were playing ranked with just us 2 instead of Buzz being there, it was tragically bad. It was really bad. I yelled at people. I sent messages that probably could get me banned off Xbox Live. But I digress, right? It's fine. Don't worry about it. So played some ranked. That was fun. I played a little bit of Apex on keyboard and mouse, like I was talking to you guys about, right? Trying to get better with that. I would like, because like there's certain things on keyboard and mouse that felt better than controller, aka sniping, felt really good on keyboard and mouse. Shotguns in that game, don't ask me why, they just felt way better on keyboard and mouse. Just, I don't know, I don't know. I can point at somebody and click and shoot and it just hits every time. Like I just felt like my hit percentage on shotguns was better on keyboard and mouse. but my movement is horrible. And in that game, movement is so important. And like, that's where I'm lacking horrifically. And I just feel the only way I'm going to get better is just keep playing, which is what I'm going to keep doing. So I played Apex. I played more Stardew with Queen.
Nice.
Yep. We are getting to summertime, right? As like I stopped, we got to summertime. I didn't know that there were seasons like that in the game. And then she was nice enough to tell me that she's getting summer ready, which I don't know what the hell that even means. All I know is I was like, yo, can we go back to the cave so I can slap the hell out of some people with this sword? You know, get deeper and deeper in that cave, try to find some metals and stuff. So yeah, I played more of that. And then I played this other game that I was told if I didn't, I was going to get roasted. And that was Avowed. And for all you lovely people that are watching this on Twitch or YouTube, this is my character. I try to make him as accurate as possible to me. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's pretty spot on. Like I'll turn the face off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. It's spot on, guys.
I mean,
it's spot on. Good. It's pretty good. So here's the thing. I wanted to play Avowed, but I had to do something I had to make it funny. I had to make it me. So I tried to make the ugliest dude. As long as he was bald and had a beard. Those are my two requirements, right? Which my character is. But everything else is a disaster, guys. I was also sad I couldn't make him fat, if I have to be honest. I wanted a tubby dude out there swinging stuff around, right? Didn't give you the body option, so that was a little like sad, right? I'm not saying I need certain sliders for certain body parts. We're not talking cyberpunk here, right? I'm just talking, give me like skinny, stocky, fat guy.
Yeah, short, tall,
right?
Yeah.
Give me like a super tall guy and super wide, because that would be hilarious. It's always funny. The short, wide guys are normal, right? But when you see a dude that's like 6 foot and he's as wide as he is tall, it's hilarious, right? Just a big blob walking down. So I played that, and I just basically role played as me. So this lady was in a in a cell, and she ran her mouth, and I was like, well, guess who gets to stay in that cell then, huh? And I just left her. I didn't care. Didn't care one bit.
Not only did you leave her, you stole her boat.
I did. I stole her boat. Not to mention, she broke out to try to help me, or like when the final boss, like the boss of that area showed up, she broke out and she's like, oh, hey, I'm here. And then I realized she was not helping me, which I get. She wouldn't help me. But then I found out she was hurting my teammate, my little blue dude, which I don't know his name right now. Sorry. Kai? No. Kai's the other guy.
Garrick.
That guy. Yeah. He was nice enough to help me and be nice and be kind to me. And then she was shooting him. So I walked up and I killed her first, of course, because she was easier to kill than the other guy. But, you know, just don't mess with me and my blue friends. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was fun. I will say, like, obviously more unlocks as you play the game, but the combat, especially with like the equipment I had a big hammer, and it was like, like that's your attack speed. And I'm like bobbing and weaving basically a lot. I refuse to block because I don't block at all. You know what I mean? So like basically that's like what it is that I was just kind of playing, and I was like, I got the gist of it. And I'm not saying I don't want to go back to it or anything. I'm not opposed to it, but I just wanted to basically play it because I got told I wouldn't do it. And you're not going to tell me I'm not going to do something. I'm just saying. So I did it. And then first, a whole another thing, the audacity. Okay. I just want to say something. They said I was scared to get roasted. What? I don't know if you watch my streams. Every time I go live, I get roasted. What's this different? You know what I mean? It's not. So I'm not scared to get roasted, but I just didn't want to hear, oh my God, Mitch didn't play Avowed. I'll let you guys decide who I'm making fun of right there. But all I know is I played Avowed. No one could say I didn't. And I made the prettiest damn character in the game. And if you have a problem with the way I look, I'm sorry. You can't take your eyes off me. I know. So anyways, yeah. You guys can make that grimacing face all you want. I don't care. People loved my character. Also, I named my character words I can't say here, although Sean liked to call me that word the other day. Yeah, you know. You didn't see my character name?
Nope.
Do you remember the Freudian slip Sean had when he called me that name? You know, like a couple weeks back when he was on the show?
It rhymes with Mitch.
It rhymes with Mitch.
Glitch?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fee. Nice comms.
Buenas comms.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So come check out if you guys want to. I'll yeah, like I said, the way I'm playing it though is I'm playing it very much like if a dude bro was just dropped into an action RPG, because that's how I'm playing this game. And like I said, so far it's fun. The combat itself though was starting to get like, I was just swinging a really big hammer. I'm sure there's more stuff I can unlock, and there's like faster attack speeds, and like it might pick. I'm sure it picks up, but that's the only thing I kind of like. I was just like swinging at a bunch of bears. Like, there's a bear. Crack. Wait. Crack. Like, it's just it takes a little long, but once I'm sure you get more cool stuff unlocked. And like, I'm sure the people that you're with also would help out more and have different abilities and stuff. But I played only like an hour and a half of it or something like that. But yeah, Fee wasn't even there for the best part, which is the character creator. So.
Yeah.
I only got told because people sent me photos, and then also just like a "you're missing this" message.
Right. I do also want to point out, Fee told me she would harass me daily until I played it. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
She was too busy turning her computer off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Maybe
remember
because her
this.
computer was off is why she couldn't send you
That's true.
messages.
That's true.
How about that?
She has a smartphone though, right?
Well, I don't know. Doesn't
No,
have a smartwatch.
I don't have a smartphone at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
What? You're lying.
I don't know what you're talking
clearly
about.
lying.
For the people who are listening to this podcast, I have nothing currently in my hand at the moment, and Mitch is just being a jerk. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what a smartphone is. I've never seen one in my life. So there we go.
Oh, whatever. I'm over
Oh,
Oh,
Buenas comms.
jeez.
it. Whatever.
Buenas
You know
comms.
what? Okay.
Yeah, you heard me.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
Okay. Apparently Mitch is upset I didn't message him daily. I apologize, Mitch.
No, I
That
don't
is-
care,
He didn't
actually.
get harassed or roasted, and now he's mad. So
Yeah,
you heard
what
it
the
here,
hell, guys?
folks. Send the roasts in. DM me on Discord. You know where to
What
find
else?
me.
Like, I get roasted
Send me some more
daily when I
roasted.
stream. I don't want to hear it.
well, I don't know. Maybe you ask for it there.
All I'm trying to say
Just
is,
saying.
Yeah.
Fee doesn't go through with things she says. That's all I'm saying, guys. Fee said she would harass me every day, and she
Oh
didn't.
my god.
And then, you know what I mean? I play the game, and she's not even there right away. She has to be told I'm playing the game for her to show up. So
Because I didn't get a notification.
you heard it here first. She follows me on Twitch and doesn't have notifications turned on. Carry on.
Because
Next
I have
topic.
everything on Do
Next
Not
topic.
Disturb.
Next topic.
Wow.
Fee does not want to be disturbed.
Yeah.
Change your
Especially
name
by
on the
Mitch.
camera right now to Fee doesn't want to be disturbed.
Okay.
Get rid of Xeranics.
D&D Fee.
Yeah. That's your new nickname.
All right.
That's your new intro. I'll find a do not disturb GIF and make that your intro, Fee. Can't wait.
Perfect. Love it.
I swear we're friends off stream. This is all jokes. I promise you.
Anyways, so how about we invite some friends in from the carpool?
Sounds good. Get in.
Get in here. Get in
Get
here,
in.
friends.
Hey, she
D&D.
changed it. Let's
Nice.
go.
Let's go. First up, let's bring one of our co-hosts on Carpool in,
Okay.
the one and only Ryan Turford,
Ooh.
Oh, hi there.
former host of this here show. He was smart
Mhm.
enough to leave, so, you know.
He heard
Ryan
we were
says-
getting hired. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing
He's like,
this
I'm
anymore."
out. Hello, Xbox Drive crew. With Microsoft announcing today that Skype will shut down in May, what type of call service will the Xbox Drive use once Skype is shut down?
Teams.
Also, let's pour one out for Skype, the backbone of the Xbox Drive.
yeah.
Pour it out.
Oh, I'm not pouring anything on my desk.
Yeah, I'm not pouring it. That'd be a waste.
Hold on. It's closed still. So there you go. You're welcome.
I was waiting for it to be an empty can and that one last drop
One
to
dribble
land
hits my
smack
keyboard.
into your keyboard.
Just ruins everything.
Yeah,
Whole
but I was
computer
waiting for
shorts
that.
out. Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have shut it down now and then, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. No,
Fee, do you have
Skype-
any other suggestions for what we can use for this podcast?
Other than the 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 terror in which is Teams. I think Discord makes sense, gaming wise. It is a universally used one, just gaming wise in general, and I think it just makes the most sense, honestly. And I'm gonna say this, a hot take, and I know that this podcast was built off of the essence and the software, which is Skype. That should have died 10 years ago. I never liked Skype. I'm sorry, guys. It was horrendous. It was not good at the time. The only reason why I had Skype downloaded from the year like 2016 to 2018 was because a specific person that was on this podcast, who's now currently not here at the moment because he's currently not here for the evening, Sean, made like always was just like, hey, you want to record a podcast? We're gonna use Skype. And I'm like, only for you, Sean. So I'd download it, and then the moment the podcast was over, I'd uninstall that nonsense off of my computer. I used that in 2011 while I played World of Warcraft. That was the only time that I thought that it worked properly. I'm so sorry to all of you who love Skype, and I apologize.
Does anybody love it? I'm not sure about that.
Apparently Mitch does. But I, on the other hand, do not. I loved it back in 2011. That was a long time ago, guys. And for that reason, you know what? Y'all can... I know. Skype slander. I get it. And you know what? I don't usually come up with hot takes like this, but good golly, it needed to go to... it needed its rest. It needed a retirement. And I'm happy it's finally seeing retirement. Congratulations, Skype. Discord will be a good replacement for you. The end.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess corporate America is going to have to go to Teams because they're not going to have Discord on corporate machines everywhere.
No, they're not.
God forbid somebody might play a game.
Or God forbid somebody join a Discord server that's horrendous and not safe
horrendous. Yeah, that's about true.
It's just like, I just don't picture myself ever using Teams for video games.
No.
Also, if
I never used Skype for video games either, so
I mean, I know some people who did. But it's just like the do 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 do
dear God.
do boop 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 boop.
That's a banger. That slaps.
Boop 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 boop. And then because I use Teams regularly, telling people, and I know this is gonna like frustrate Mitch, okay, everybody, make sure to raise your hand to indicate that you're back. And then
I'm turning off my camera right now.
You're welcome.
No, this is better.
Oh, gross. Either way, good night, Skype. Teams
you
for
won't
corporate,
be missed.
Discord for games. The end.
I wish that ICQ could have made it through and become like a video conferencing platform.
Which is this?
ICQ. The messaging platform. Like, I guess your guys aren't old enough.
I don't know what that is.
I mean, I'm pretty old, but I've never heard of that.
You never heard of ICQ?
No.
Oh man, that was.
Is this back in like the MSN Messenger, AOL Instant Messenger days?
Yes.
Okay, so I was more AIM and MSN Messenger and Windows Messenger.
All right,
I love
all right.
MSN Messenger.
Yeah. That was like come home from high school. You see who's on, who changed their status to what? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was good stuff.
All those like slightly cryptic AIM statuses.
Oh my God. I'd be like, bro, did you see what Jessica changed her status to, bro? We don't even know what that
so
means.
So cringe.
Yeah, it was so funny. So funny.
Man. Good old days.
Of course.
Well, thank you, Ryan, for sending us down that trip down memory lane. Next up.
Hold on a minute. I didn't talk about Skype.
Oh, what do you want? I'm sorry.
Skype was awesome. It really was. Now, here's the only thing I'll say. Sean, here's the reason why I thought Skype was awesome. For the longest time, I did the same thing Sean did on Skype because, hear me out. This is my hear me out. Skype, hear me out. Okay. It had a software that worked so well with Skype, it was too good not to podcast on. It was basically, it took each person's audio, made it separate audio files. It just rocked. It was awesome. So it was super easy to do that. Also, it made it super easy to just ask anybody who's already been on a carpool podcast, do you have Skype? Because they all did. Like, you know what I mean? I think we did our podcast on Skype. Me and her, the one that we both forgot about. Yeah, that one we did on Skype.
It was so good, nobody remembered it.
Exactly. So like, I appreciate. It's weird that they bought it for like $4 billion or something insane at one point in time. Which obviously, by the way, now we were using at my work Skype for Business until Teams happened, and now everybody's just going to swap to Teams, right?
Yeah.
But like other things too. Example, Xbox One's audio, like party chat, was built on the Skype codec, which is why it was so damn good. So I just want to throw that out there. Without Microsoft buying Skype, our party chats on Xbox probably would have sucked worse. So they essentially bought it for the technology and the audio quality and stuff.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize a lot of times, that you buy something, either to get rid of your competition or to steal their tech and integrate it in your existing things.
And that's literally what they did with Xbox One parties. I remember the first time I joined an Xbox One party. You want to have some fun? Go back to an Xbox 360 back compat game and start a party on Xbox 360 and tell me how that sounds.
Don't do it with Mitch, though, because his profile's aggressive.
Really aggressive. But that Xbox One leap, that first party we joined on Xbox One, I was like, holy crap, this sounds so good. And again, that wouldn't have happened without Skype. So, D&D, you had a question?
Thank you so much. Appreciated. No, I was just wondering, is that the reason why you all use Skype?
Because of that
audio?
podcasting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Like, Sean showed me, because I remember the first podcast I ever did with Sean, right? And by the way, I actually did use Skype to, like, talk to people back in the day. Like, I actually did use it. I never did the whole phone thing, which I thought was weird, where you can, like, pay for credits to talk like a phone. I thought that was dumb. Also, I didn't have any international friends, so it didn't make sense. But like, yeah, that's the only reason why I had Skype. And that software is literally the reason why I had a podcast, because I just didn't know much else. And Skype was really easy. But again, you're right. I had to tell people we're going to use Skype. And everybody's face was like, what? I don't know what's Skype. I have to create an account. Like, they would kind of get butthurt. But then you start asking everybody who was on Sean's podcast, and it worked out easy because all of them already had one. It made it super easy to do that. So
It was easy to download.
It was
and
easy to
uninstall.
I'm not saying Skype is like the greatest thing ever, or I still use it, or any crap like that. I'm just saying, like, it did a lot for Microsoft, at least, as far as making their voice quality better. Skype for Business essentially turned into Teams. And I mean, now Teams is better because we were using Skype for Business at my work for like a while. But no, I mean, it's whatever. What are we going to use, though? Yeah, we're not using Skype. But we're not using Teams, that's for sure. Discord. Because I found how to do Discord on my podcast, and it's actually better than the Skype thing was. So I'm not sure if that existed.
It's also like how many years later?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Did that technology exist when I was doing my podcast 7-8 years? No, probably not.
Yeah.
But now there's a lot of cool stuff.
I literally just used it for World of Warcraft because we'd have like the raid group event, and then a group of us in, if anyone from my raid group listens to this podcast, 1, hi, 2, that's where like a handful of us would actually just sit in the raid, and we would just sit there and talk about what was happening in the raid, because some people drove us nuts. The end. Yep. Essentially just a side chat, just hanging out. Was it a good idea on my internet? Absolutely not. But did I do it anyway? Absolutely, I did. So it's cool to know that that's the reason why you guys use Skype. Rip
Skype.
Rip Skype.
Maybe we should write down the date and actually like be
All
there
wear
to
black?
sign off Skype together as it went down.
There we go.
Go down with the ship, so to speak.
Man, Mitch is so overwhelmed with like just sadness. He lost his voice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would help if I muted, right? We should do that week. We should absolutely do it though on Skype.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Just get nostalgic and you just go, damn this software, I'm glad it's dying.
We better all create accounts now. They might not let you create an account like the day it dies.
I have
What are you
my
talking about?
account still.
All
I
right,
was
there
just saying,
you go.
everybody's got it's their Microsoft account.
All right, there you go.
What do you mean?
There
I
you go.
used my... Okay, never mind. I'm not going to say what I used. But anyway, bye. Deuces.
All right. Next up, Fulia is going to drive us straight into our main topic of the week. Julia says, hello, friends. Resident Koala here. I am keen for a few games that were announced at the ID at Xbox show. Wudo Tempopo Tanuki Pond Summer.
God bless you.
A game that looks interesting to me is Blueprints, so I might have to give it a go when it's available. What games are you looking forward to playing, and which games are you kind of curious about? So, if you weren't aware, earlier this week, Xbox teamed up with IGN and their FanFest thing, and they did an ID at Xbox showcase. And I have to say, it was pretty good this year. Like, last year, I was not impressed. And this year, I kind of was. What do you guys think?
I want to know what Mitch is thinking first.
What am I thinking? Excellent question. I didn't watch the show. So no, although I didn't watch the show, there are a couple games that are on this list that I actually am like excited for. 33 Immortals coming to Game Pass. Question, did they say all of these were coming to Game Pass?
No, not all of them, but there's quite a few.
Okay. So, a couple different things. One, 33 Immortals looks awesome. Looks cool. I know that is something that's coming to Game Pass. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just don't want to be stupid and talk out of something. But yeah, this is also coming out super soon, which is what, like 3 weeks?
Yeah, a few weeks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 33 Immortals was something that was shown beforehand that they just kind of showed more of, which I'm not upset by that.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. Like, I played some of their betas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they did it through the Xbox preview program or whatever it's called, the Insiders.
Right.
So I'm excited to see, like, where it goes. Those were kind of like limited slice, just like, I think, the beginning of the game-ish. And I'm excited to see, like, what all you can upgrade and how far you can progress as the game goes on.
I also am a big fan of all these multiplayer games, especially a game that hits 33 players against somebody being on Game Pass, because that just means so many more people are going to play it and have access to it. So that's great.
I will say that one, like, a good size of your, like, party can also be much smaller. In the main level, there's, like, little dungeons you go into, and I think those are capped at 6 people. So if you have, like, 4 to 6 people, you don't need 4 to 6, but if you have that group, you could take on one of those with just your group. That would be a good size. Like, the 33 people come together at the end to, like, defeat the big thing. So you don't have to have 33 people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Nice. I know Fee was excited about this one. I mean,
yes,
that's an easy slam dunk.
Okay, I just want to say I'm excited, but I have a gripe about this.
Oh God, here we go.
So I'm excited that Balatro is becoming essentially the Skyrim of the 2020s. Like, it is everywhere now. It's going to be on everything. It's going to be on your fridges at some point. It's going to be on, like, audio. Who knows? There's so many different options at this point for this freaking game. But I got so excited about the games that were in this trailer, and I thought, oh man, does this mean these are coming to Xbox? No. It doesn't mean that Slay the Princess is coming on, or Bug Snacks. And I'm like, that is a bummer. Like, I think I got more, like, I'm excited about Balatro coming, but I want to play Slay the Princess, and I'm like, oh man, I hope that this is coming to, nope, not coming to Game Pass or Xbox yet. And I'm saying yep because who knows? Maybe next week they announce that they're coming, or maybe this summer during Summer Games Fest they decide to announce that it's coming over. But it's just, I got excited and hyped over something that's not coming. So
yeah, Balatro's like pulling a Fortnite here. They're like, every collaboration possible, we'll put you on a card. Don't care who you are.
Easy license.
For, let's say in the summertime, Xbox is like, you know what? We're just going to do our entire showcase by just having cards from Balatro and having the Balatro, Jimbo be the actual host of their Summer Game Fest. I would be down. I want to see, I think that's so cool. I think that's such a cool way to, like, announce things. Just flip a card and then here's the trailer. Flip another card. That is the cool. Microsoft, you have such a great opportunity. Continue this train of just using the Balatro cards. It's so cool. That's 10 out of 10. Civ 7? Fantastic.
Yeah, they just went nuts with the collabs.
All
I
right.
have no idea what that is.
I don't know.
The other game that I was just because, like I said, again, some of these games got announced before, but the other one that got my attention was this game, Jump Ship.
Oh,
Jump
who
Ship.
would?
Agree. This
So-
almost looks like Helldivers, but space.
So what's funny is I saw this game being talked about outside of ID at Xbox. I actually didn't know this was happening until I went to the website today. But from what I saw an IGN Instagram reel talking about it, where they kind of explained it as like Sea of Thieves mixed with Lethal Company mixed with Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
And that sounds cool. Like the big thing they were talking about with like the Sea of Thieves style thing is the ships. How there's like full on ship combat that's just randomized. Like you'll just be cruising to a planet and then all of a sudden there's these people and you're like fully in control of the ship. And like flying around, you have to get to different areas to use their guns and stuff. Like this looks like it can be super fun to play. And then like there's the aspect of like you have to go on the planet and explore for items and things to upgrade your ship and things like that. And that's where I think the Lethal Company part comes from. Of like you going out and like they were talking about how like you going out to a mission, you're not meant to kill everything sometimes. Sometimes like it's just a matter of like living and getting back to your ship. Like surviving long enough just to get crap and get off the planet. But the fact that it's coming to now, this doesn't mention Game Pass specifically. But the one thing that's cool too, developed by Hazelight, It Takes Two, and Mojang. That's wild.
They're alumni,
Like,
yeah.
that's insane that those are the alumni that are actually making this game, because that has both those games are great and both those games have long, like especially the Minecraft part of like I just think of like upgrading ships, looting and like all that stuff. That could be great. It Takes Two for the co-op aspect of it. Like this could be super fun. It's coming to game preview. Does not mention part of Game Pass or anything like that. Again, if they are able to get this on Game Pass, that's even a bigger win. I also don't know if it's cross-play or not with PC. Again, I don't know these details because that would be also pretty cool if you could play with your PC buddies and, all that. But that was a big one. And like I said, I didn't even know it was literally coming until I just went on here and I was like, oh, wow, that got announced there too. Because I've been seeing nothing. I've been seeing all the stuff about it on Steam. So
Yeah, Jump Ship is not coming to Game Pass.
it's not? Okay.
Right.
But even still, like if it is an option to do, I mean, again, I wouldn't put it past them if it's like a new studio, maybe they don't have crossplay or something. I don't know. But if it did, even better. But yeah, I mean, this is a game that I'm definitely going to look at. Another game that Buzz and Dame and all those people, my boys, were like, they shared a link for this. They were like, this could be that game that we could also have like a 4-player co-op fun. So
Do you know what's another game we could do 4-person co-op, slightly not really co-op, but against each other?
what's that?
Buckshot roulette. You can sit at a table with 3 of your friends and play this game. No, Mitch, do not show this. Mitch, pause it.
Pause
Oh, show it. Come on.
Okay. You know what? Do it by all means.
Am I going to get fired off the show for this?
No, go for it.
Okay, go ahead. Keep talking.
I think this jumped out at me. Like when I first started, I was like, is this like Inscription 2?
Yes.
When you're sitting at the table across from the creepy dude, I'm like, oh, this is Inscription all over again.
Yeah, exactly. I own it on Steam because I got it with like a pack of like a few games. And I haven't played it yet, but the moment it's just like, do you want to be against your friends? I'm like, oh yes, I do. Oh yes, I do.
Yes, I would like to shoot my friends.
Exactly. And yes, this isn't first person, but you don't move other than just like picking up stuff. So why not? So I see this, especially since this is going to be day 1 Game Pass. They do not currently have a release. It's soon. But once it comes out, you bet the Xbox Drive is going to play buckshot roulette with each other because that is
That'll end well.
it'll go super well. It'll just be a yelling match. It's fine. We'll just not play it on the podcast. We'll maybe do it off stream or something.
It's probably a good idea with all the amount of language that might be thrown out there. So
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, those are the games that I was just quickly going through this list and I saw that excited about me. What about Fee? Did you have any other, besides this game where you kill your friends, did you have any other games that you're interested in?
A shock to no one. Blueprints looked really good. That is the one here that's currently on the screen. It reminds me a lot of how Amityville Horror or House on the Hill, which is a board game. So you have to investigate different rooms and see what's lurking inside that room. For context, in this particular game, you're trying to find the 46th room out of the 45 room house. So apparently there's a hidden room that you have to find. Sadly, it is in first person, so we'll see how well this goes, because I know it might not go super well for me, but I definitely am intrigued as someone who's a huge mystery fan. I'm definitely curious to see how this one goes, and just overall like the storyline itself, because it seems different, especially with the fact that the character is trying to get his inheritance by going through these particular rooms, and you have a time limit. So I'm curious how it goes, and it will be day one on Game Pass, so why not? I'll download it and see if it does make me sick or not, because I am able to play Phasmophobia for a long time, so maybe if it's slow enough, I'm able to play it without any problems. But yeah, I think that one really stood out to me. I will say Widow also looked really cute, which is the kind of like small town game that seems to be like, it's definitely made in Blender. It's definitely very reminiscent of a Blender tutorial for me. But it is the storytelling by finding items and then finding the correct spot for them. So very cutesy, very demure. So I wanted to check that one out for sure. I will say there were quite a few like tempo type or music type games that I'm like, I'm not a tempo person. I'm not a rhythm game person. I will say that I walked by my computer at one point when Tempopo came on, and I thought it was a continuation to Amanda the Adventurer, because the girl is like a short girl with like pom-poms, and I'm like, is this a horror game? It was not, thankfully. So I was very concerned for a split second, guys. But yeah, I think there was a lot of like really great indie highlight. Of course, all these games are indies, and of course, Waxheads, that's right above the Widow specific trailer. I actually played the demo for that game, and it is a lot of fun as well. You're running a album or a vinyl shop, and you have to find correct vinyls for people, and you get to find out the stories of the people who live there by providing them with vinyls, and they share information about what's going on. And there's a really fun twist about the fact that you used to be a part of a band, so there's a storyline there as well. So I think I'm excited to be able to play that one, because like I said, I played the demo and I really enjoyed it. So I'm hopefully we see that on Game Pass. I don't know if Waxheads is coming to Game Pass or not, but it does say on here that they're launching 2026. So that's
like summer of 26. That's a whole year away.
Yeah, and I played the demo last year. It's not coming to Game Pass.
Nope, doesn't mention it here. But I mean, like,
that
certain
could
things can change. I was gonna say it's got a year and a half to figure out. So yeah,
yeah, why not? Yeah, so I think everything, like all the games had their own specific charm. I wish I was into Life of P, but I have not played it yet. So I'm excited to watch my friends.
That's just an expansion, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And it almost is very reminiscent of Night Rain, so you can play with others.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd much rather watch other people play Liza P than to play it myself.
Yeah.
But
what about you, Bowser? What did you like?
Yeah, the Tempopo caught my interest. It kind of looks like Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. What the heck was it called? I don't know, on Switch. But it is a rhythm-based game, so you're kind of like going around this little floating block island and trying to solve the puzzle. That's on Game Pass, and it's coming soon. It's April 17th, so that'll be here before we know it. What else? Lonesome Guild really caught my eye.
I just want to point out beforehand, this little girl in the bottom right corner is adorable. She's just sitting there going, da 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 da.
Da, da, da.
Adorable.
She gets mad when you mess up or something. She's like, ah.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Nope. But yeah, Lonesome Guild, it's from Don't Nod. So the ones that made Life is Strange and Jusant. So action RPG, you're a little ghost and you're collecting up friends to go along with you and go on your adventure. So I'm interested to see that. I think that comes out this fall, not Game Pass, but hey, not everything can be on Game Pass, you know. All the money I save with Game Pass, I can use to buy other games. That's how that works.
There you go.
What else? What I found interesting is in this showcase we had a trailer for Descenders Next. And it's funny because we just had Lonely Mountains did their like winter sequel. And it turns out that Lonely Mountains Downhill and Descenders, the first one, like released the same year. And now they're both like doing their next version this year. Descenders has not just a winter side, but also like I don't even, what do you call that? It's a longboarding, Mitch? Is that what that's called?
I mean that is like yeah, I don't mountain boarding, I think is probably the term. Because it's definitely it's like they have suspension on them and they have giant wheels like so yeah, it's very much like skateboarding, but it was more like mountain boarding, I would say.
Yeah. So they have a little bit more, and that's going to be on Game Pass April 9th. Love to see that. What else? Echo Weaver. I really was digging the art style in this one. I think they call it Metroid Brainia. So it's kind of like a time loop thing. So each time that you like come back, it's a time loop and you've learned more things so that you can try to figure out what's going on in this world. So we'll see how that works for me, but it's on Game Pass, so I'll definitely try it. Didn't work out so well for me. What was the Deathloop? Didn't jive too well with me when I played that one. So
you didn't like Deathloop?
I didn't like Deathloop. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I love Deathloop. Okay, it's okay.
Well, you know, it happens.
Teach their own.
Yep. And then probably lastly, Herdling. And this just looks cute. I just want to play it. I want to herd up all these animals and take them to safety. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I didn't play the Far series, so Far Lone Sails and Far Changing Tides, but I have watched other people play them. And this is going to be that developer's first like 3D outing. So I'm interested to see what this happens. It's coming this summer, which is sooner than I expected.
Yeah.
I think that's it for the games that really jumped out to me.
I do want to say the Hotel Barcelona game, not the gameplay, but the art style, just really made me very curious. It was just like the actual like title card that looks really cool. And I do definitely agree with Fulia, the Tanuki game. But yeah, the game, like the Hotel on Barcelona looks wild. The actual gameplay itself, but like the art, like the cover with the girl and her hands like going like this, looks so cool.
I just realized I said Suda51, which is the same person that did Killer 7, which is a if anybody has ever played that game, it's kind of a crazy game, fun game. Yeah. But Killer 7 was definitely one of those like weird games at first, but then people like grew to like it. Mm-hmm. It's the same guy that did that game though, and yeah, this is, I mean, it's probably got that same weird style of like gameplay and art and stuff like that, and yeah, this game looks wild.
Like that
just
look,
a little bit.
Like the girl with her hands, like oh, it looks. I would get that as a poster in my room. Like it's so good. And then the Tanuki game is very cute. The one that Fulia mentioned. I was not expecting it to be like a motocross, like essentially like a stunt bike game where you're just like stunting, trying to get through like different regions to deliver mail. I thought it was going to be like a very cutesy, like almost like Ghibli-esque type of game where you like are just like delivering mail and the cutscenes are super cute, but then like you see the gameplay like once the cutscenes are over, and this little Tanuki is doing flips and stuff.
It turns into Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX like, out of nowhere. Yo, man, did he just? Yo, is he doing like a tail whip? What is he doing right there? That's crazy.
Yeah, he's doing some crazy nonsense, and I was not prepared. I'm like, I don't know. I'm still curious. He's playing baseball at one point. Is this Yakuza? Like, Yakuza has some crazy side quests and side missions.
What is this game?
It is wild times. A rhythm game in the middle of it, because obviously you need to have some fun while you're working. But he's stunting. He's just straight stunting on people.
That is Tony Hawk, by the way. That is straight up like that was Tony Hawk camera work and everything. What is this game?
He is
sure this one's not made by Suda51? This is a wild game. And it's coming to Game Pass, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we have to play it. Tanuki Pond Summer looks so awesome. I'm gonna have to try it because it looks wild. I'm curious what else you can do in this game. Maybe the options are limitless.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, right here, from baseball to sumo practice to drumming. What the hell is that game? But guess what? Included in your subscription, guys. Knock yourself out. Have fun.
Exactly. Man. Well, anything
Do we want
else?
to say? I saw this Tron game that I don't know much about it, so I'm going to watch the trailer for you guys with you guys together at the same time. So we'll just do this.
Here's the thing. I think there's a very great opportunity for what is it? Oh gosh, what is the name of the driving game? Forza?
Yes.
Yes, having a Tron level where you just have a cycle and you just go through a map. I think that's a great opportunity. But yeah, mind you, that's essentially the biggest selling point for me when it comes to Tron. But I'm curious about this game because there seems to be a lot of story elements with it as well. And so I don't know.
So it looks like you rewind time. It's like a 2D, 2.5D side scroller.
Yeah.
It has that. There's a game I just saw. It said Bithell, which Mike Bithell makes another game that I'm trying to remember the name of right now. But yeah, this game looks cool. I was gonna mention one game that happened to have a Tron level in it called Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, come on. Get out of here.
Kingdom Hearts had a Tron level where you were on a light cycle and you had a cool outfit. I'm just saying. You want a cool Tron level? Get 7 levels deep in that game and you'll see it. I'm just saying. It's good.
No.
Or go on YouTube. I don't care. Tron had a level in Kingdom Hearts 2, though. Before Tron's sequel even came out, they were bringing it back. I'm just saying. Thank you, Kingdom Hearts. Always remember.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The game Rock Beasts, that's designed by the same person who made BoJack Horseman and Tuca and Birdie. That game looks insane. For context, that's a few shows from Netflix. That game, it literally looks like you're walking into an episode of BoJack Horseman. The actual characters themselves look identical, and when I looked at it, I'm like, this is definitely. There has to be some sort of semblance to the shows, and it is. Mind you, I don't know if there's going to be actual characters from the shows in this particular game, but I'm curious how it goes. But I really enjoyed those shows, even though they were relatively on the depressing side. But I'm curious to see. I would love to see that kind of overlap or at least some sort of connection in that world. So hopefully we get to see something like that moving forward. But yeah, I think I keep on shouting it. I think I kind of agree with you, Bowza. There were so many games this time that really stood out in comparison to last year. So I'm really excited to see, this is a great way to start 2025. And I'm excited to see what else because in just a few months, we're going to have Summer Game Fest. So, and for the people who are crying about the fact that these were not AAA games, just wait a few months.
ID at Xbox is all about the indies.
100% about the indies, yeah.
Yeah. And last year, this specific show, the IGN presented ID at Xbox show, was not good. It was 3 hours long and had 2.5 hours of IGN commercials.
Right.
This struck a much better balance. It was 40, 45 minutes long. There were some IGN commercials trying to get you to subscribe to whatever they're selling. Who knows? But there were a lot of good games here. I was really happy with the games that were here. A nice, concise show. I think it was a major step forward.
Just skip
So-
them.
I looked up the Bithel because I remember that name. So that's the same guy that did Thomas Was Alone Volume and then the John Wick Hex, which are all in that like 2.5D, like I was talking about, that like perspective. And those are all like super solid, really good games. So yeah, like that's why I saw that, and that more or less intrigued me right there. I'm like, oh, okay. Because if you got like a studio that's known for doing something really well and they just keep doing it, I never crap on any studio that does that. Like, you know what you do well. Like, just stick to it. Like, you're fine. So
Yeah.
good for that. Good for them.
Awesome. Well, is that it, guys, for the old podcast, if you will?
I think
I
that
believe so.
is it.
I think that's it. We did it, guys. Just want to point out.
Before we go, I am going to thank all of our lovely supporters over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Especially, I want to thank our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this show and the PlayStation Drive. You can find him at linktree/pme.jib. Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes, and TechMike, who says whether you are Kevesi or Agnian, you are a Xenobabe at heart. Our platinum producers are Smokin Joe, The Captain, and Tim Pollen. And gold members Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Jan32, Ligerwoods 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Riley King, and Stephen Keller. Before we go, Fee, where can people find you on the internet?
People can find me here. People can find me on the old Discord. You can find me on Blue Sky, and you can find me on Twitch over at twitch.tv/Lorenix, where I will be finishing up Cabernet and playing some other games. Maybe some Infinity Nikki, maybe some Avowed, maybe Monster Hunter, if it decides to not be super buggy. Who knows? I'm excited to play some more games on Twitch, so go check me out over there. Go give me a follow.
Do it, people. Do what she said.
Do it.
Mitch, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere. Just what my nameplate says here, Mitch Power 1116. Of course, I'm streaming. I'm playing, like I said, trying to get different games in there, trying to see if I get any better at keyboard and mouse. You know, fun times over there. Lots of dumb things. I'm having some ideas of some fun streams that I can do, where I'll more than likely be in a lot of pain because of it. But it's for your guys' entertainment and fun. So if you guys want to check out any of that stuff, everywhere, Mitch Power 1116.
Awesome. And you can find me on Xbox and on the internet at large at Bowser13. And come hang out Discord, and you could submit questions for the show just like Fulia and Ryan did this week. And with that, I bid you all a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.